Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're here. Sorry for the delay, but you know how it is. Sometimes I always just say, when the show starts is when the show starts. And I hope the sound is sounding. If not, I don't know what to do next because I've been troubleshooting, but we are here. We're here. I think the sound is okay, but big up to you for being here. I see Shay, I see Stephanie. Big up to you guys. 4 likes already. Make sure we get the like count up and also the subscribers up, because today is one of those shows where we literally just go through the news together and say, a lot of trending things that are happening. We're going to just go ahead and talk about it, starting with Benjamin Mendy suing Manchester City, saying, Man City better have my money. Them slavery days are gone now. What are you guys going to try and make Benjamin Mendy work for free? Man City is out here. We know that they are fraudulent. They are cheats. They are disgraceful in their ways. And matter of fact, I stand with Benjamin Mendy. I believe him, Looking at the club that has 115, you can say now it's 115 charges plus 1. Thanks to Benjamin Mendy. And we're also going to talk about the injuries that are happening left, right, and center from Premier League clubs having, I think, a record total of 193? 196. Oh my God. 196 Premier League injuries so far, and there's also significant injuries in other leagues as well, like La Liga. We'll touch briefly on that. My name is botswanapapi. You can also call me Amapiano Pep. You can also call me Football Power Hour. Whatever you do, make sure you hit the like button. Let's get into it. Bruno, the first breaking news is just we have to talk about it and say Benjamin Mendy, the man who was a couple of months ago facing some 10 plus charges or counts or allegations, and he beat them charges because it went to court and he was proven not guilty. The man was definitely looking forward to rebuilding his chapter because he missed out on the journey to the three-peat. When Man City did the treble, Benjamin Mendy was still considered a Manchester City player, but he did not get paid like a Manchester City player, if you know what I mean. So now Mendy has launched a multi-million-pound claim against Man City over unpaid wages. He's literally saying, you guys gotta pay up. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all, I'm like, black man, go ahead and get your money, black man. Any man that work hard and, deserves his payment, and he unfortunately was in a situation where he was not allowed to train, while he was facing those allegations and so forth. And you know what? That is part of the protocol that has to happen, but also the money has to come and the contract has to be honored, because at this moment, I believe he is playing in Ligue 1. He is playing in Ligue 1, and I believe it's at Llorent, if I am correct. Si c'est correct. Oui, c'est correct. My Senegalese brother, Benjamin Mendy, mon frère, he is playing right now at FC Lorient in France. And, I haven't been really watching League, but I'm at least grateful for him that he has a second chance to sort of rebuild his career and go forward and actually, try to be the player that he had maybe envisioned, because this whole FC Orient thing feels like it's one of those like we have our star boy, right winger boy, Mason Greenwood, he's at Getafe right now. So it's just sort of like that little step where, he needs, because we saw the potential that Benjamin Mendy had. The guy had explosive pace, and he could whip a cross in, he hit with his left foot. He was so good. The few moments I saw him, and I just was of course, Man City did not need him on their way to the treble charge, but at the same time, he was pretty much, denied of playing time that he deserved. That they caught. Justice was also like, bro is not guilty. Let the man do his thing and play his football. So big up to Benjamin Mendy for making sure that the disgraceful cheats do not go just untethered. There's like 115 charges. And now Manchester City is facing 116. Question is, will Benjamin Mendy win this at all, though? Well, I think if the contract was not, honored, then, he has the right. Because at the end of the day, you'd understand that Man City maybe were sort of just playing around the toying around the lines of like, okay, well, he's trying to rebuild his chapter, his life again. He's trying to get out of the UK and go to Ligue 1 in France. We don't have to deal with him. We are in England. But no, Benjamin Mendy was like, don't go anywhere. I have not forgotten. Unpaid fees. So dodgy things from a dodgy club. Can we say we're surprised, though? Man City is in the mud. Pay his money back. He's like, better have my money. City better have my money. Pay me what money? Yo, unpaid wages, man. This club is fraudulent and they deserve to be called out. But anyway, let's see how they get over the 116 charges now. We all know, though, we have to be cognizant of the fact that this club, those 115 charges, they are actually not as many as people think. It's just like some of them is like about 4 or 5. I remember actually last year when the news broke, I think I was on Faz's channel, and we actually went on a deep dive of like, let's go ahead and look at every single. It's a big document. I think 90 pages or something like that. But that like details all these charges. But the main thing is like there's a lot of recurring charges, and some of them I think it actually almost boils down to about, maybe you can condense it to say about 60 to 70 charges or so, around that 60 to 70 breaches, so there's like repeated breaches, and then those end up becoming counted as another charge, because it goes like season this, season that, season this, and it's the same offense. And if the lawyers of Man City are as top notch as Man City claim they are, then if they're able to, refute some of those charges, then it's actually the number is gonna go down significantly. But either way, it does not change that this club is a fraudulent club. And you know what, Manchester City? Full time. Get out of here, man. You disgraceful cheats. Let me give you a 007 and say you have, to make sure that we will be there, If you don't beat these charges, we will be there. Big up to Jody in the building. Kay says, can I join later? I'm at my Monday club. Of course, Shay. Of course. You know that. Hey, hola, Real Malden in the building. Big up to you as well. Jody says, howdy. How away the lads? How are the lads? I read that as howdy. But anyway, big up to you. I hope that you're doing good, Jody. And please don't forget to hit that like button as you're coming in, by the way. So, Real Malden, you come up at the right time, because we're actually about to talk about the injury plague that is spreading across football right now. There is some serious something going on that we need to talk about. Or, the thing about it is, like, as football fans, I mean, we can choose to be we can choose to sort of, let the news that we want affect us and let the news that we don't want not affect us. It's one of those things where we make that choice. But the thing about it is, the bottom line is there is a lot of injuries going on, significantly way more injuries going on right now. And they are amounting to 196 just in the Premier League. Okay, just in the Premier League. And now when Real Madrid, I know you're here, and we have to talk about the fact that Vinicius as well is also, it's not just the Premier, it's the La Liga as well. There's other leagues that are suffering from this. And it's kind of, for me, I go back to listening to the Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp, who sometimes sounds like a serial complainer, saying the schedule is too much, the games are too much. Even Rafael Varane has talked about it. But Jurgen Klopp's famous, lines is like, stop complaining, right? Get on with it, right? Now let's look at this, 196. Oh my God! Injured players, serious. Some of them are really serious, You know what's really, really kind of crazy is that also today, by the way, if you're just tuning in, today marks it was the first day of the Qatar World Cup last year. So what, 1 year later now, exactly 1 year later. And I feel like part of it has to do with this. Now, some of these players that are getting injured may or may have not played in the World Cup, but the bottom line is there is a significant amount of games and the players are playing too much. Does that bother you as a fan of football, or do you just say, you know what? It's time for the substitutes. It's time for why are we paying these guys money if they're going to be substitutes and, being on the bench? It's time for them to have a moment to shine. Do you look at it that way, or does it really bother you? Do you feel like, the players, there's something that needs to be done? Because Jurgen Klopp has complained about this. Rafael Varane has complained about this. Even towards the end of last season, Ten Hag was not a complainer about schedule and so forth, but it reached a point. It reached a point where he actually ended up mentioning in a few press conferences saying, well, he didn't say yo, but you know what I mean. He said the schedule is a little bit too intense. Why are we having so many games? And now I feel like sometimes we need to really be objective and say this international break should just be a moment for the players to get a rest. No, they're not machines, They're actual human beings. They are actual people. Do you think like that's an outrageous crackhead opinion, or do you care? Like, I'm just curious what the temperature is in the room about all these injuries. Now, for you, Real Madrid, I gotta tell you, it's not looking good. That Vinicius injury. Jesus! The thing, Real Madrid for me was one of the favorites for the Champions League. One of the teams I considered the favorites to win the Champions League. But after that Vinicius injury, it's going to be an interesting attacking lineup. Not only Vinicius, your whole engine room, the midfielders. I think right now you only have the likes of Cruz to work with, Luka Modric maybe as well. It's peak settings. The whole point is it's peak settings. And also when you go to the Spanish kid, what's his name? Is it Gavi? My goodness. This kid has been played and overplayed, and it is now feeling like, he has a torn ACL. This is another big blow to Barcelona. The blows are coming left, right, and center to every team, but Real Madrid is catching some serious blows. Barcelona definitely are going to miss the presence of Gavi, because I think Gavi is out for at least 9 months. At least. It looks like he's going to miss the Euros. And this is all because of a silly, silly international game. What are we talking about, man? What are we doing here? The injury demic is what we're living through now. What you say, man? It's big up to you, homie. For real. Bellingham. Also injured. Yeah, that's the shoulder, right? It's coming, for me, it's feeling like we need to actually, if we don't do anything about it, it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And the injuries are just going to keep mounting. So as I mentioned, these the percentage increase, I think is like what, 13% to the number of injuries that we're having right now compared to the last 4 seasons. Let me make sure that I'm spewing the right statistic, because I had it here. Yes, it is 15% increase compared to the last 4 seasons.
Oh my God!
Yeah, something has to be done. Something has to be done. I just don't think this is a sustainable way to move forward, you know? And we're about to get to the really tough part of the schedule right now. And Man United, we know the number of injuries we have already. We know the number of players that have been missing through injury so far this season, with only 30-something% of the season done. Mount, Varane, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Maino, Ahmad, Malacia, Amrabat, Casemiro, Reguilon. I'm running out of fingers here. You know, something has to be done. And I feel like maybe there has to be even one of these things where we sacrifice, you know, one of these. We don't have to keep playing all the cups, especially the domestic cups that we're playing, because of tradition. You know, we're now in a place where we have more information about the physicality of different players and how to collect information about sports. The medical research in sports has advanced and advanced and advanced, and it's a little bit shameful that we are in a place right now where it seems like the advancement in science does not reflect what is happening with the players' health and well-being. So something has to be done, in my opinion. And I'm down to scrap the energy drink cup. Let it go. There's useless games. Community Shield. What are we going to be doing? Like, who watches that? These other silly, like France. France, we talked about France playing Gibraltar, winning 14-0. You can tell like that was a training session, but did they need to actually go through that? Like, is this stage, like, we really need to be objective with all the games that we're playing and say, do we need this right now? You know? And also it's a call to the managers too, to make sure that like rotation is called upon even more. Like the Premier League now has, you know, more than 3 substitutions. Managers, especially eriktenhag, use them. I don't know. Munch says, but it's time to get rid of the international friendly games. I agree with you, Munch. 110%. 110%, Munch. What are all these friendly games for? You know, Stephanie says, looking at how the whole year has a year has passed, it feels like the Messi Qatar World Cup was just like a few weeks ago, you know. Yeah, it is. Stephanie, I feel like we're getting older. It's just that little thing about when time passes, the chapters and the years seem like shorter and shorter and shorter. While we're on the World Cup topic, by the way, what was your favorite moment of the World Cup? I'm curious. If you're just tuning in, I am curious about the World Cup memories that you have. When you look back at it, it was a year ago / a few weeks ago. What do you remember? I mean, is that red card that I always laugh at. There is Lukaku. For me, I'm just going to go through a few memories. There's Lukaku vandalizing property right after Belgium got kicked out. There is Argentina losing to Saudi Arabia. Oh my God! I could not believe Germany. Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Germany getting knocked out. There was also the time when that oh, what a World Cup. What a World Cup. There was a time when the Germany Spain group, it was like it was crazy. It was changing by like every 10 minutes, and what a World Cup. What a World Cup. There was also probably the best final we'll ever see in a World Cup. Mbappe versus Messi, both teams really going for it. And Mbappe just taking the game by the scruff of the neck and almost stealing the World Cup trophy. And then for France, and then Emilio Martinez as well. That save. Oh Lord. Oh, Colomwani. I know he still thinks about that. What else? What else? What else? The World Cup. Man, what a time. What a time. Let me see. Kane's penalty miss. How could I forget that one? He's skyrocketed, He sent that ball back to England. Guys, wow. That was quite a World Cup. Also, the last thing that I'll mention on it is what's his name? I mean, I was really surprised by Morocco. Morocco doing Morocco things and going all the way, making us believe. That was probably my fondest memory of the World Cup, actually, was the Morocco journey. I won't say I was early on the Morocco hype, but once like Ghana got knocked out, I was just like looking around being like, okay, who's the underdog that's still there? And I really enjoyed Morocco's journey. It's a pity that it ended. They could have just gone to the final and really broke the record. But they are the first African team to reach that far. So big up to Morocco for that, giving me such a really fun memory of football. And all of us. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Shay says, I'm watching the England game. Was that one of your memories? Or is England playing right now? Don't tell me they're playing a useless North Macedonia.
Oh my God!
Oh Lord. Another one of those. I hope we don't have like a Manchester United player who gets injured. And let's see. Well, Maguire is playing. And good thing Rashford is not over there. All right. Well, Maguire is the only Man United player. That doesn't matter to me. It's all good. Maguire will not get injured. And they should walk over North Macedonia. Otherwise, Gareth Southgate has to get fired. Anyway, back to the injury conversation. Stephanie said injuries caused because pitches are no longer muddy, footballers lighter, and boots not as heavy, bigger squads, more substitutes. Get on with it. Modern footballers paid more than enough. It's funny because Stephanie, it's kind of what I was alluding to earlier on, saying the technology all around. It's not just in sports science. It's just like the technology, even on taking care of football pitches, should be better now. Like, why are we having so many injuries? It's a real cause for concern. And I, as a football fan, I'm concerned, and I just want something to be done about it. Big up to you, man. Big up to Stefan. Angie in the building too. Angie, my bad for just seeing you right now. Angie says City need to be relegated to National League and all trophies taken off them. that they ripped off other teams. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fuming like that emoji right there. I know, Angie. Those guys are disgraceful cheats, and I'm so glad that they have now 116 charges to deal with. Because you know what, Angie? Let's see if we can give Manchester City a quick phone call. See if we can talk to somebody at Man City. How do I call Man City, by the way? What's Man City's phone number? What? We're going to do a live call, you know. We're going to take a second and be like, these disgraceful cheats. Let me share the screen. Boom. There we go. How do we get in touch with Manchester City? Man City phone. Hold on. Man City phone number. There we go. Manchester City Football Club contact details. All right. Let's call them and tell them they're in the mud. Here we go. All right. All right. Hello? Is this Manchester City Football Club? Yo, we'll be there. Oh, I can't wait.
We will be there.
The day they receive that punishment, we will be there because let's face it, let's be real with it and say, I think if you're looking at this from the perspective of the Premier League and the commission that's meant to adjudicate and govern all these teams that are like messing around and not really being abiding by the law, they are actually being tactful and starting with the small cases first, you know. And Man City, you better watch out, or you gonna be crying like a baby soon. You know. So anyway, let's go ahead and really take a quick look at also some of the things that I wanted to mention, because Real Madrid is the club that I also wanted to say I think that Champions League hopes have now been dented. And not only that, Girona is now looking like real favorites, you know, for that La Liga title. They are actually, I know it's still early to call it. I know it's still very early to call it, but the number of injuries make you like, and we have to consider that like Barcelona is still going to be also, you know, trying to chase, you know, the Champions League hopes. If they get knocked out of that or don't make it, by some odd reason they don't make it out first or second in the group, then they might even definitely still be in, you know, looking to get that Europa. Actually, you know, Barcelona, the main thing about them is also that they have a very young team, you know. They have a very, very young team. And that's why, for me, I'm really concerned about this Gavi injury, because he, out of all the players, you know, that Barcelona have, all the young players that Barcelona have right now, Gavi is the player that has played the most minutes, you know, out of all Barcelona outfield players in minutes, appearances, and starts in all competitions since he joined the first team in 2001 and 2002. This kid has been immense. Look at the number of minutes, guys. Just take a moment. Look at the number of minutes that Gavi has played for Barcelona. 7,784 minutes since 2022 season. Leading, like the only person is the goalkeeper who's got more minutes than him. And maybe part of it now is like this ACL. If you have a young kid and you overuse that kid in the squad, you're probably going to face big consequences like Barcelona and Xavi are facing right now. And it's peak settings. So it's really upon Atletico Madrid. Let me just let's take a quick little glance at how the La Liga table is looking at the moment as we are talking about how the competition is kind of open. Girona leading with 34 points, right? Real Madrid have significant injuries. Now they're going to start playing, for draws sometimes. I think there's going to be one of those, there's going to be one of those moments where not Brazil, sorry. I'm thinking about Ancelotti's speech, where Real Madrid have to now figure out a new attacking format because it does not include the Brazilian Vinicius Jr. It's going to be Joselu. It's going to be Rodrigo and Diaz.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if that one is always going to get you 3 points. Barcelona is also going to be injury struck. Atletico Madrid, it's upon you to save the La Liga title from Girona, because if not, Girona is going to keep playing the way they play. They've only had one loss, in 13 games. This is incredible. If you're curious about the current Barcelona significant injuries, we all know that they don't have Sergi Roberto. They don't have Frankie de Jong. They don't have Ter Stegen. And now Gavi joins, and he's going to be gone. A crucial ligament tear is not nice at all. So anyway, my heart felt, positive feelings to you, Gavi. Recover soon, young lad, only 19 years of age, and he's got already a wealth of experience and I believe he's one of the lot that has a 1 billion release clause. So we will be there. Hopefully we can play. If we get to play Barcelona and they're still weak like this, it's not a bad look for us, I'm just saying, I'm not celebrating your injury, but I'm just saying, big up to you. By the way, we got 10 likes already, 11 people watching. Big up to you guys just tuning in. Taco in the house says, and that loss was against Real Madrid, talking about the loss that Girona had, right, Taco? Yes. Yo, Arten says, what's so many injuries for Real Madrid? Yo, Arten, Real Madrid are almost injury-wise. They're almost unlucky, like Manchester United. They are really, 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 really unlucky. And I think out of all the teams that have been really affected, listen to this in terms of La Liga, how this injury plague is hitting La Liga, right? There has been 18 ACL injuries in the top two Spanish divisions this season. Real Madrid, Villarreal, Atletico, Getafe are the most affected, right? 18 torn ACLs, and those are long-term injuries. Why? This cannot just be a coincidence, Sway. It's how? Something has to be done. Little bit of perspective on the Real Madrid injury list. Look at this little picture right here that I'm going to share with you in a second. Oh, Lord. Real Malden, you see why I'm saying it's peak? I don't know. I don't think Real Madrid is going to be a contender at all in the Champions League. It's a penalty against England at the moment.
Oh, my God.
Real Malden, I guess you're going to have to concede the title to Girona. He's like, as long as it's not Barcelona, then it's okay. You are shameless. Yo, LFC, big up to you, LFC 10 as well. Thoughts on City versus Liverpool? Oh, I can tell you my thoughts on that one. You know what, LFC 10? That game.
We will be there. We will be there.
You know, so the thing about it is Manchester City, we know that usually they start the season slow, and it's a little strange right now that they're actually sitting right there at the top of the table so early in the season. I'm actually a lot more scared of Man City this season than last season, because like a team that usually has slow starts and now does this thing, it's seeming like Pep Guardiola has the opportunity, if things keep going the way they're going, he has the opportunity to wrap this title up by March, April, beginning of April. He's only had 2 losses so far, chilling at a cool 28 points. And he knows Liverpool is right behind him. And if Liverpool win this is something, it's more than just like, those games where it's like a team that's first versus a team that's fourth. This is Liverpool is right behind City on the neck. And Liverpool has the extra motivation. But we cannot forget the importance of home ground advantage. LFC 10, the Etihad is no joke, It's starting to become a fortress. I know your name is LFC 10, so I'm assuming that means Liverpool Football Club. And your club, definitely the onus is on your club to catch up. And Pep is going to do the same thing that he did when he was just about to play Manchester City in the derby. He said, well, we'll take it as a regular game, downplay the game so much that the Man City players don't feel the pressure. They won't feel the extra edge, and that like maybe the Liverpool or nervousness that the Liverpool players might feel. And at the end of the day, they actually have been playing really, really well without even the key Kevin De Bruyne. So if I'll give you my prediction right now, all things said, we don't know how many players are coming back from Liverpool with or without injuries at this very moment. We know that there's still like one more round of fixtures in the international games to play. So at this very moment, my prediction is Manchester City is going to beat Liverpool.
Yes, that is a bloody joke.
Manchester City is going to beat Liverpool. I kind of just have that feeling. Yeah. Man City will regress in the season at some point, but it's not against this game versus Liverpool. You know how Pep Guardiola always has a way of just getting his boys really in tune right after the international break. This is one characteristic that I admire about Guardiola. It almost feels like the players just pick up where they left off. And Man City, honestly, they're leading the league a lot sooner than I had hoped. And they will regress, but it's not versus Liverpool. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong. We'll see. We'll reevaluate this when the Premier League games are about to start this weekend. But we know that the last thing I'll say on Man City is that they had that dramatic 4-4 draw with Chelsea, and this was the first time a Pep Guardiola side conceded that much in the Premier League, at least in recent memory. I do not remember any scoreline like that. So he will be looking to rectify that. But Chelsea did show that they are weak. If you go for it, if you really go for it, you guys might conjure a result. We'll see. Oh, was the penalty saved? Angie says, penalty saved, yo. Angie, hold on a moment. I might have to have this game in the background now because this seems like it's dramatic for no reason. Hold on a moment. Hit the like button if you haven't done so. LFC says it's just a waste of time. Okay, all right. I won't open up the game. I won't. Yeah, I'm glad LFC. At least we can agree on that. these international games, especially these ones, they're just a waste of time. And I can't wait for the Premier League to start again, you know? Yo, Shay it seems like it's a little dramatic too. If this penalty was saved, it makes me wonder. But I feel like England, it's North Macedonia. It's just a matter of time until they get through. Talking about games that I can't wait for, by the way, I just want to share this with you. It's about 16 days left until I know we have Everton to go. But then look at that. Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
This one is going to be one for the books as well. Chelsea, Dan. Poch FC. We will be there. I don't care. We will beat. I expect to beat Everton. But this one, it has to be. If we get violated by Chelsea at home, I will be really, really mad. Really mad at eriktenhag. But either way, 16 days from now, Manchester United will be playing Chelsea Football Club, and we will enjoy the feast that eriktenhag will be cooking for us. I'm more on the camp that after the Everton game, we're gonna start seeing a little bit of continuity, a little bit of some forward progression in terms of our style and our identity at Man United, because confidence has been on an all-time low. And anytime we kind of getting a little bit of confidence, there's always some sort of major disruption. And the last disruption was the international break happening when we were the most informed team in the Premier League in terms of wins in the last 5. So Man United, I cannot wait any longer. Something also that I can't wait longer for, guys, let me share this with you since we're now just going through the news. This man is looking dapper. Oh, Lord. Do we have a new signing or what? Ladies and gentlemen, Luke the Shaw make me want to go to the gym, Big up to you, by the way. If you just joined in, shout out to you. Don't forget to hit the like button and also the notification bell as well. If Luke Shaw doesn't make you want to go to hit the gym, I don't know what's going to motivate you to go to the gym. But right here, looks like Manchester United has a new signing. And he's looking like a bouncer. He's looking ready to boss men around. Mr. Muscle Shaw, says that, right? I've never seen him like this, I've always seen... anyway, let's not go to that. I've always seen comments that were not so kind about Luke Shaw's physicality anytime when he's not playing regularly. But right now, we have to acknowledge that Luke the Shaw is looking good. Give him his credit. Give him his flowers, And hope that the looks are not deceiving and that all their muscles can be used on the pitch, because that's where they matter the most at the end of the day. There's no need being all muscular and chiseled like that if you're not going to actually do your job. And when we look at it, Reguilon is there. I want to see Luke Shaw in left center back, Reguilon left back. Oh, we are gonna cook, Oh
my God!
Don't you think? I think it's going to be Maguire on right center back. And Wan-Bissaka or Dalot on right back. That's going to be the new Man United backline moving forward once we establish a rhythm. Yeah. If he plays good defense, I'll be motivated. R10 says, I'm waiting to see on the performances first. You're silly, bro. Yeah, no. But the main thing is like I have to give him his props and his flowers, man. It's not always Luke Shaw. That like he's been given a lot of flack in the past, and we know that he's capable. For me, the most exciting thing is we know the heights that he can reach, especially when he knows that there is somebody new that's breathing right, on his neck for that position. The same way Liverpool is breathing down Man City's neck right now for that number one spot. That's just 1 point difference, and they're about to play each other. This is going to be a big occasion. I hope you join me for that watch along. Make sure you hit the notification bell for that because it's going to be a big game. But Luke Shaw versus Reguilon for left back. Once Martinez comes back, we might as well start talking about that because it's already the end of November, and we know it's just a few weeks. We're expecting Martinez to be back pretty much by, in my opinion, it's going to be like first week or second week of January. But we'll have to wait for the pictures. We have to wait for the updates and see how the rehabilitation is going. Because sometimes, as the manager has said before, these injuries sometimes can have setbacks when you think, oh, the player's almost back, and then something happens on the same spot or a slightly different place, and then it sort of undoes all that progress. But I just cannot wait for chiseled muscle man Shaw to be in the building. By the way, speaking of the building, I just want to spread love also to Scott McTominay, as I always do, because this guy, when you look at the fact that Haaland and Odegaard are missing out on the Euro 2024 and they couldn't carry their teams the same way Scott McSauce is carrying his team, you have to look at things in perspective and say, you deserve your credit, McSauce, McTerminator. Yeah. He is doing it. Talking about other players that are doing it, guys, there's a guy, if we're just looking at the 2023 race for top goal scorer in just like different clubs and across different leagues and just players and how they're doing, for the national countries as well, for the respective countries as well. It's kind of interesting, by the way. I have to share this and ask you, who do you think is going to win? I have to share this statistic with you and say, look at this. Harry Kane with 48 goals, Haaland with 48 goals this calendar year. Ronaldo has 46 goals. He's been tearing it up over there in the sandy soils. And Kylian Mbappe with 46 goals. We know that he's reached a milestone of 300 goals so far before turning 25.
Oh my God!
So these guys are just on another level. But we have to give flowers to Cristiano Ronaldo and say, how is this guy doing it so much? 40 competing with guys that are so young at this age. Oh man, Ronaldo deserves his flowers. Who do you think is going to win this race for top scorer in 2023? My money is on CR7. only because Ronaldo has a lot relatively easier teams to play in the Saudi league, and I think he will keep stat padding. And also, we still have to also give context and say Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes and just the Portuguese squad in general, by the way, deserves some flowers because of the way they have qualified for the Euros. 10 out of 10.
Someone early on said, trust the process. My thought was, what's the process?
I don't know how they did it, but Portugal's record and form, by the way, to this Euros is remarkable, guys. Of course, they played some teams which were, easier, but it was by no means something that you can just overlook and say you expect them to do that. You have to give them that flowers and say Portugal have actually looking like one of them favorites for that Euro 2024 trophy. In my opinion, the way Bruno Fernandes has been doing it, the way he has been doing it, this goal that he scored just a few days ago, I think it was like a little back pass from Bernardo, and Bruno just like picked his spot, casually whips the ball, and he is just a different player. When he plays for Portugal as well, you just see the quality of player that he is. And I think we're really fortunate at Manchester United to have Bruno Fernandes, and we need to make sure that we keep making him believe in the project. I believe it was the right thing for Ten Hag to make him captain. I know that people that do not like that at all, but come on. Portugal's Euro 2024 qualifying campaign has to be respected. 10 games, 10 wins, 47 big chances created, 36 goals scored, 9 clean sheets, 2 goals conceded. Oh!
What the hell? Oh my God. No.
Tell me a European nation that's going to stop this team other than maybe France. Like, that's the only other team. When I deep it, I'm like, France is the only other team that I'm like, oh, okay. England, Gareth Southgate with it. Come on now. I know we wanted to come home. but with an unstoppable player like Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo still looking like he's playing like guys, I should share these quotes real quick. I think it was from the manager of Portugal. Who was this? Somebody did say Ronaldo is playing like he's an 18-year-old. And I believe it is the manager of Portugal, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I can't find the quote right now, so I'll just paraphrase it and just say, yeah, it's just amazing. The longevity that this player has, the impact that Ronaldo has had, and I'm not always like CR7 is better than Messi. I'm not in that camp. I'm more like, let's appreciate both players when it comes to the debate of who's the GOAT. But if a Liverpool legend, Steven Gerrard, said Cristiano Ronaldo the GOAT, guys, he said Cristiano Ronaldo the GOAT. He praised his impact in the Saudi League. This were Steven Gerrard's exact words. All right? The rival of the GOAT, as we call him, Cristiano Ronaldo. Him arriving in January pushed the SPL Saudi Pro League to a global audience. Obviously, a huge signing, still a lot of football to offer. So from afar for 6 months, I was looking in on Cristiano Ronaldo results, the league, watching some games, watching some highlights. I think from that moment, the league around the world became a very important talking point around the world. This is the words of Steven Gerrard. It was not a slip of the tongue. It was Steven Gerrard saying the GOAT, acknowledging. And I just have to be like, wow, if a Liverpool, how the rivalry between Man United and Liverpool. And here is Steven Gerrard saying, Mark is like, I've been saying Ronaldo is the GOAT for real. Big up to you, Mark. Smash the like button, by the way. Subscribe if you haven't done so. It's the Football Power Hour. We just going through some of the news around the world right now. I'm going to share the link so that, Shay, you can pull up as we about to end the shows. So you can pull up anytime, my bro. The link is in the chat. Or anybody that's tuned in too as well, as we're reacting to some of this. Talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's GOAT status. I have to also share with you guys that there's a player who is new in the scene. Relatively new. He says, he was asked about Messi Ronaldo, right? He said, my dream since I was a kid was to play for Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo is my idol. Messi's a phenomenal guy, but I'm more of a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. It's a great pride knowing that I will wear the same shirt as Cristiano. These were the words of Erik. Young phenomena, guys. Erik is about to be the new kid in the scene. He's been talked about, for the past a year or so by, the people, the scouting nerds. But if you are not one of those people that's always looking at the young talent that's coming up, this guy, it looks like a lot of pressure is on him, but it's because he has a lot of talent. And he's also been made the ambassador for New Balance, by the way. I was like, oh my God. So many things are already happening to Erik's young life. And I hope it's not one of those things where there's just too much pressure on young Erik, because I know you, Real Malden, you're going to love this player. And I want to see what he does as well. He's going to be wearing the number 7 shirt. And he says he's more of a Ronaldo fan than Messi fan. And for me as a Manchester United fan, I just got to go ahead and applaud that. Erik, I wish you a good career, fam. 1000% agree, says Malden. Excited about Erik. Papi, what's the word? Are we going pro clubs after, bro? Yeah. Definitely we'll play some pro clubs later on. We're going to, at some point, by the way, I'll be starting to stream some of this stuff on the YouTube channel. But for now, you can always go to the Twitch channel and just see over there. Haven't got the full setup yet, but eventually I will. Don't know about Stevie G's comments. So you mean like he said goat, but like goat in a Scouser accent is not really goat? Is that what you're saying? 12 likes, by the way. Make sure if you're just walking in, I appreciate you so much. Hit the like button. It's free. You can be a goat yourself and hit the like button. Or as we appreciate the GOAT status of Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, when we're talking about even celebrations, who's got the iconic celebration? Like, to know that Rodrigo just a few weeks ago scored for Real Madrid and did the Sue. He did the Suey. Nicholas Jackson on his hat trick.
What the hell, boy?
Chelsea's very own Nicholas Jackson did the suit. And by the way, I encourage you to check this video out. The crowd at Stamford Bridge, they were like, Sue? Usually Sue is exclamation mark. That one had a exclamation question mark, like what? Them Chelsea, and it wasn't the whole Stamford Bridge, it was like a small section that were like, did I just witness what I think I just witnessed? Did a Chelsea player do a Manchester United legend celebration at the bridge? What the hell? Oh my God. Oh, that's the impact of the GOAT, by the way. Impact of the GOAT. Cristiano Ronaldo. Talking about another GOAT, by the way. Quick divergence as we're approaching the hour mark. Shay, where you at? I put the link in the chat, by the way. I'm gonna take a little quick diversion and say there's a GOAT in popular culture that you may or may not know. His goes by the name of Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg went on to set the internet on fire by saying, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time. and the rest of the internet world was up in smoke. They were literally going, "Oh Lord, what's going on?" And to the extent that Sevilla Football Club, ladies and gentlemen, let me just share this with you so you don't think I'm capping. Sevilla Football Club even commented on this, saying, "Look at this, things the international break does to people. Look at that." Sevilla Football Club, they talked about this because what basically happened is Snoop did this as a marketing ploy. Everybody knows, Snoop and the way Harry Maguire is to own goals is what Snoop is to smoke. Let's go and leave it like that. So anyway, so it turned out that he was just it was just a marketing ploy that he ended up explaining it actually today. I think that's when it all just came out that, oh no, I meant, I'm actually marketing this thing. I think it's like a little fire thing where there's no smoke, it's like you can have a fire in the house and not have smoke. So I was just so surprised by that, and more importantly, more surprised by the fact that Sevilla Football Club, of all people, decided to tweet Snoop Dogg's official Twitter account and say the things the international break does to people. I just couldn't believe it. It's like I know, right now the international break is like almost feeling like it's too long. It's feeling like it's about 3 weeks or so now since we saw like some really, really some club football. So I am just sort of in that zone where I'm just like, few more days, one more happy hour, and then we get to see Manchester United and the rest of the Premier League resume. So I cannot wait. And make sure you hit the like button for that, because the notification bell for that, because we're going to be doing Everton versus Manchester United watch along as well. So do not miss that. By the way, R10, we are wrapping up the show. Where are you, brother? I'm going to post the link one more time. No, not R10, sorry, Shay. Or R10 if you want to pull up too. But I know Shay had asked for the link. He wanted to come on and say hello. And you know how much I appreciate anytime anybody that pulls up and just says hello. Let's see. Varane is trending. Uh-oh. Why is Varane trending? Uh-oh. Reports say Varane and Casemiro could potentially leave very soon. And apparently... there is some interest from FC Bayern.
Oh my God!
The internal opinion is that the Frenchman is an interesting player. However, a move could be unrealistic. Not a hot topic at the moment. Varane earns high wages at United, etc., etc. So why is he trending? Sometimes I don't get things and why they trend, Like earlier on today, another thing that was trending, by the way, since we're killing time, just seeing if Shay is going to pull up, is the guy, if you know, what's his name? The name Derek Chauvin. This is the guy, the police officer who was working at Minneapolis, and he pretty much, that iconic image of him kneeling on Floyd, what's his name? George Floyd's neck, and pretty much causing him or contributing towards his death, by choking pretty much. Cause I think like the last thing that he said was, "I can't breathe." So anyway, today, the Supreme Court in America, in the United States of America, had declined a review that Derek Chauvin had asked for, because he was actually trying to, see if he could get us another ruling, because this conviction did not feel right or whatever. But the main thing is the Supreme Court was like, no.
Get out of here, man!
We are rejecting we're rejecting your appeal. You are going to be found guilty and remain found guilty of murdering George Floyd. So we have seen the evidence on video. There's the reason, big part of the reason why Premier League players are kneeling today is because of this incident, And anyway, so the main thing is today the Supreme Court was like, no, we cannot review that. And which makes me also like wonder now is where are we with the kneeling? How does the kneeling make you feel? Is it actually a successful message? Is it a successful way of sending that important message? Right now, if you go to, I remember what's his name? Wilfred Zaha saying he was not going to kneel anymore because he felt like that is not an effective way of protesting and players are being used as puppets, and I remember also there was like a moment where players started to revise, like they said, oh, we're going to be selective about the games where we kneel. We're going to be, it's not always going to be every game. And this is like one of those things that we're not trying to just over dilute the message. You're kneeling every time doesn't, end up really, really, really showing you, like, it doesn't end up really having the same weight, if you keep shouting the same message every single time. So it's like, does it actually do anything? Guys, this is Derek Chauvin, the man in question, the man that we're talking about, the officer, former Minneapolis cop, who ended up, sparking this kneeling before a game and Premier League games and with NFL. Like it's been a whole big fiasco that has been treated and misinterpreted in different ways by different people in different sports. And I was just remembering Wilfred Zaha's perspective. And I think Brentford players as well said they were not going to kneel. There was another team, actually, hold on. There was another team in America. LA Chargers and Cincinnati. I can't remember the other team's name, but they decided not to kneel. They decided to lock their arms together and sort of spread that message of solidarity that way, which is a bigger question. It's like, what is the most effective way of actually showing that you care about this, that Black Lives Matter? You know what I mean? Big up to you, Real Mountain. Big up to you, man. I appreciate you for, Shay just pulls out, by the way, as we're closing the show. Shay, you are a disgrace. How are you, Shay?
Good.
Sorry, let me remove that picture because now it looks like that's the voice of Derek Chauvin. Are you good, brother? Are you watching the England game?
Yeah, England 1-0 down.
Oh my God!
And that was not a penalty in the first half.
Oh no. I'm sorry. Do England need to beat North Macedonia though to make sure they qualify? Is it it's a must win?
Yeah, or a draw. I don't know.
A draw. Okay. All right. Well, one question.
Like the Arsenal game.
How do you feel about Gareth Southgate, Shay? I want to get your last thoughts on that, and then we close the show.
Ooh. If he don't win us the Euros, I think get his stuff and get out of here.
Right here, man.
No, yeah. You know what's crazy? I've seen a little bit of a steady progression with Gareth Southgate, but I feel like with the talent that he has, he needs to actually do better. He needs to be going for titles. He's one of those people that maybe he should go manage Bournemouth or something. Like he's maybe this managing a national team is not the right job for you. You know what I mean? He could be a good manager, but it's just like sometimes the national team dynamics are very different from club team management, you know, and you have to have a different sort of like management IQ that Gareth Southgate unfortunately does not seem to have. He seems like he's too defensive, too stale, too practical, if you get what I mean, Shay. You know?
I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so anyway, so you can just start saying hashtag Southgate out with me. Right?
Yeah. I think Man City would drop 20 points this season.
What?
Oh my God!
Yo, the Man City fans are sweating right now, Shay. They are really, they know they're in the mud. Their fate depends on how good their lawyers will be, you know?
Yeah. 100% agree.
Man, it is too funny. I've been calling for your name to come earlier, but you know, pull up tomorrow when we do the show tomorrow, brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a legend, Shay. You're a legend. Thank you.
Smash
Thank
the
you.
like button, people, and subscribe.
Thank you, Shay. You the best. You the best, my bro. Big up to Percy as well, pulling up saying football power hour in the building. Percy in the building. Happy Monday to you, Percy. You're a legend, brother. Make sure you hit the like button as always. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And I will speak to you guys in a little bit. Until then, drink more water, get more sleep, and you know Manchester City, and you. And you, the London Cowboys.
Them dead, them dead, them dead, them dead.
Football Power Hour.